Hi everyone, it's your favourite Atomic Blonde here with a little bit of pop chat special. Yeah, it's been a little while since I was able to make a video, or basically just seen something I wanted to make a video on. So yeah, so today the special is I have literally come back from the theatre, the cinema, as they say. And I have been to see Final Destination Bloodlines. So continuing with the kind of horror, it's a bit of a horror review channel at the moment because I've mainly things that look good that I want to pay and go see at the cinema. So I remember seeing the first film at the cinema yes, unfortunately I am that old. And you know, the rest of the sequels have been a bit of a mixed bag over the years, some better than others. I think everybody liked 4 was terrible. 5 kind of looped it all the way back to the very first film. So, and I think, you know, this is the first final, and that one was meant kind of linked it all together, story over, and that was like 14 years ago, I think. So when I heard they were making this kind of came out left field out of nowhere, and the things I decided to go see this year, my list, if you go back and check that, with the films and TV I was looking forward to, this was on my list. I was a bit like, I really don't know what we're going to get. But let's see. So, yeah, it's fun. It's a fun film. If you, not everybody finds horror fun, I guess, but these films have always had that kind of, horror, but with a bit of humor, or dark humor, albeit, but they've always kind of had that feel to them. If anything, with this franchise, it did very much kind of have its own identity. It very much had its own sort of theme that ran through it, and its own rules. So this one continues the story on, but kind of loops back as to why are these people getting these premonitions, and why are certain people getting these premonitions, and why certain these people is death after them, basically. So yeah, I mean, there's some we're introduced to a family, and in the first, like, I mean, it's a banger of an opener for starters. It does follow the script, right? If you're expecting something completely different from this film to the rest of the Final Destination films, you're going to be disappointed. It's the same premise, you know, you get the premonition. I guess it's slightly different. We get the premonition, but then it kind of jumps, and this is not a spoiler, it's in the trailer. You sort of see it's set in the 50s, this premonition, at this Skyview Tower. It's the opening of this new sort of restaurant, and basically the restaurant collapses. So what we see in the opening of the film is how this all goes about, with all these, you know, every Final Destination film, we've got all these freaky events that happen, and this falls over, and then this rolls along, and then that hits this, and then that hits that, and then boom. Right? So we start with that, but then it sort of then switches to present day, and it's this girl having a nightmare. And then the movie kind of spins out from that. So why is she having this nightmare? Why is she dreaming about this event that happened, you know, back in the 50s? How is it related to her? And that's where the story kind of takes us. And I think the thing about all the characters in this, like, you kind of, some of them you're rooting for, some of them you like. There's no sort of girl bossing or anything like that. Yes, the main character in it, or the one who's having the premonitions, is a girl, but you know, she's pretty ordinary, down to earth, normal. She's not you know, going around like Rambo kind of thing. So it's actually really enjoyable to watch. So the kills in this are gnarly. There's a couple of times you're sitting there kind of going, oh man, that's gonna hurt, you know. So Part of that is one of the characters that you see from the trailer when he obviously gets his nose ring caught. There's another scene later on that I won't spoil for you, but oof, ouch. That's all I'm gonna say. So look, it's a Final Destination film. If you've liked the previous films, you will love this film. It's fun. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It sticks to the rules of the franchise. It's not kind of, gone off on this weird tangent or just ignores, canon or anything like that. It very much plays to the rules that, you cheat death, death's coming for you. And it's just a question of time and how. Obviously, this film stands out as it's unfortunately the last performance from Tony Todd, and he's very thin in this. I don't think they released how he died, but from looking at, I assume it's probably cancer or something like that. But his performance in it is great, and it kind of explains his character, because obviously he's popped up in a couple of the Final Destination films as the mortician, but you don't really know how he knows about all of this or what's his role in all of this. This film does answer that, which is great. Now, I don't know if they knew he was ill when they wrote it, and that's how they wrote him. But he has a very, very profound speech in his scene, and I guess it's profound because he was actually dying when he made this. So what he says kind of hits you in the feels a little bit, but he's brilliant in it. He's brilliant, but you can see that he's obviously very, very ill. But it's fantastic that he had the opportunity to be in the film and kind of round out his role in these films before he tragically passed away. So great legacy for him. Obviously, he's an absolute mainstay in horror genres. So yeah, brilliant performance from him. And the story's a good idea. What they came up with, bringing it back after 14 years, where pretty much it felt like it was rounded out. And I will say this does feel rounded out. So if they do try and make another one, I really don't know. Well, I guess they could just start it again, reboot it, whatever. But this one does really, really wrap it up. So yeah, really, really fun. Enjoyed it. Not too long either. It's well paced. I think it was only like about an hour and a half, something like that. It wasn't very long at all. Just see if I can find the run time. Hour and 50 minutes. I have to say, it didn't feel like an hour and 50 at all. Felt about an hour and a half. But really good. I mean, that's probably a good sign for the film that I didn't even realize it was an hour and 50. Yeah, great performances. You really sort of, the characters are quite well fleshed out. They're not completely one-dimensional, which I think is why the first film worked very well as well. That they sort of had the chemistry between the friends and sort of acted like people would. Like initially, like, are you bonkers? Are you insane? Everybody just sort of suddenly goes, oh yeah, death's after us. So very well done. I really enjoyed this. I think it's a really good addition to the series. But I do think they should leave it here. This does really round it out nicely. So a recommend from me. If you like your horror films and you like gnarly deaths, there's a lot of blood, a lot of gore, but if you're a Final Destination fan, you know what you're going to be walking into. So and they live up to it. There's a few Easter eggs in there as well, going back over the other films. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. It was good fun. Love to know what you think, as always, guys. Do leave some comment for me. Are you planning on seeing this? Have you seen it? Have you enjoyed it? Do you just think they should just leave these films alone? Let me know what you think, as always, and please do like, share and subscribe. The channel's slowly getting there. I was saying I'm back at work, so unfortunately I cannot do the videos as frequently as I was, but as and when I get to the cinema or there's a new TV show, I am dropping sort of standalones. I will be doing a little pop chat over the weekend, though, because there's a fair bit to talk about with the Superman trailer, Iron Heart, oh my days. And one of the trailers I saw of this film, Weapons, I want to be talking about that. So I'll be back soon with some pop chat, what's going on out there in the pop culture craziness world. But for now, that's all I have to say. So go check out Final Destination Bloodlines. If you want a bit of fun, bit of blood, bit of guts, it's made for you. So have a great time, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.